So here are 5 shorter sections, and we're going to use this leftover piece of some mosquito netting to put over the end like this with some cable ties to hold in the stuffing that we're going to use to produce the foam. Oh, it's getting windy. This one has 3 of those in there, okay? I'll measure the length later. We're going to stick 6 of these balls, no, 8 of these little steel ball balls into this one. These are these funny shower things. Take off the rope and you get this. So we'll stuff, I reckon we might get 1 or 2 into a tube. So actually, we fitted 1 of those in. We could jam more in, but I don't think it's a good idea because it starts to require too much pressure. So we have our set, except for these now, the Scheuer pads. So we get 6 pieces out of 1. We're going to shove them down this here tube, see what happens. And I think we'll probably try to use, say, 3 of these to start with. So we have 3 in there. They go down really deep, they're very dense, and I don't know if this is going to work at all. Okay, so we've got our 5. We've got the Topfreiniger steel, big, small, the glass fibre, the Scheuer pads, which are like, not Brillo pads, I forgot what they're called in English, and these plastic scrunchy things. So we'll try them out now. So we're only interested in relative. What we're going to try and do is fill up these buckets with foam from each of these different wand heads using the same amount of washing up liquid poured into this funnel and then added to this, I think, 1 litre sandblaster, or we'll plug the wands into this head. There's some net coming out of the seal at the back, and it's not a very good foam. It's too soft. Alright, I think let's give up on that. I don't think that's very good. It's very similar, isn't it? And slow. I think it's stiffer, but there's more big bubbles in that one. So the Scheuer pads exploded. Those were the green dense ones, and we had 3 pads in there, so 6 times 3, 18 pieces. It was too much back pressure, basically. Unfortunately, it's now blown off our adapter, so this is now slimy and hard to get back on. We'll put it back on and do these last 2. So we ran out of foam, and this is the second batch. So actually it produced not even half a bucket from that 1 litre. So maybe we need more washing up liquid in here, or a better kind of washing up liquid, but we'll figure that out another time. First of all, let's keep all these variables consistent until we get to the end of this little experiment. This time just with 3 pieces like this. 3 pieces rather than 18 pieces. Just for shits and giggles. Just water. These steel wool balls, these are the big ones. Okay, let's see what happens here. I don't know if this counts as good or not, honestly. It's got, the best one was the glass fibre so far, glass fibre, surprisingly. This is not sticking, it's sagging, it's not as dense as the plastic one. So far, to me, it looks like the plastic one and the glass fibre one were the best. Interesting. And now, finally, so that's the glass. Steel balls for cleaning up. Let's try this. So I'm not super impressed with that either. No, this is the least grippy of the whole lot. So just for the sake of argument, let's go back to the glass fibre one again, because I think that, look at that, and the plastic one. So the plastic one has larger bubbles. Let's try this again. It could be the mixture. Maybe this mixture isn't as good this time around. No, look at that. It's slower. I'm out. But you can see that's much nicer output. Let's refill this. Just put the last of that in there and see what happens. Okay. Let's put in a whole one of these. Just tip it in. In fact, what the hell, let's make it the same dose as before plus a whole funnel. Let's see what happens. I have seen on YouTube that different products have a very different effect, and of course all the people doing this that I've seen have been in America, and we don't have the same brand names, so it might also be a question of trying different products or looking up what the best American products have as ingredients. So this is going to be the glass fibre. What a difference. Look how it's sitting, it's building itself up, look. It's really, wow, look at that. That's not bad. Okay, now let's try the plastic, because that was our number 2 best competitor. We've got to get rid of the other stuff first. Now here comes the good stuff. Get much bigger bubbles. Look at that. Way bigger bubbles. A very fine mousse inside it, but much bigger bubbles. And I think as a last try, because I think we're about to run out of that batch, we'll take this was the large steel wool. I think the glass vase has won it. Ooh. Now that is not bad either. That is not bad either. So let's do some completely random stuff here. Let's stick 2 handfuls of this and just see what happens. So this was glass vase, this was the metal. Is there any way we can see like falling between the fingers? Yeah, the glass vase is better. Fewer bubbles. More sticktivity perhaps. Yeah, look, see, standing proud. Just see if I can. But they're pretty close. They're pretty close. So all we can do now is it worth trying this one as well? Then we can just really see how long they take to settle in the buckets. So this is the old material coming through. Here comes the new stuff. Oh no, that is nice. Oh, that is nice. you know what? I'm very glad we just tried that. Yeah, that's also not at all bad. Okay, well I think now what we'll have to do is just wait and see, come back in an hour or two and see. So we had this glass fibre stuff which is used for plastering, just scrunched up inside the tube. That's worked really well. We had this, that's worked really well. We had this plastic shower cap type scrubbing things, I don't know what you call them. Perhaps we could have put more in there. Not bad, but definitely not as dense mousse-like as the other, and it's collapsing faster. So far the Brillo pads, whatever they're called, the Shoya pads, have been an absolute waste of time. The slightly less dense steel wool pads. Oh, these were the small ones. Damn, my marking system's rubbish. They were the balls. They did pretty well, but actually the less dense ones have performed better. So what does that tell us? There's definitely, it needs a path that doesn't provide too much resistance and perhaps doesn't break the bubbles up so small that they become effectively almost like water again. And this, I suspect, the plastic one, was also becoming compressed in the tube and it was becoming too dense. So the reason, perhaps the hypothesis, is that these two with the larger holes that are less dense have actually given the foam the best chance to develop. And I think these are also, this in particular, is so good at maintaining its spacing, we could probably make the tube twice as long and fill it with another 3 of these and have an incredibly fine mousse come out of the end. Perhaps. We've also learned that we need to put a fair bit, something like almost 2 of these little cups, I've no idea how large these are, we'll figure that out, into a litre of water to get the best results. So I think the next step is actually to try making some Aerocrete.